Well, good Thursday morning to everybody as we enjoy this taste of winter today. We're reading through Acts 20 to 23. And in here, we see Paul's journey to Jerusalem and his arrest. And I've sat through a number of courses that have been taught on Paul, on Acts. It's one of my favorite subjects. And they, unfortunately, the teachers weren't of the kingdom, and taught it from, if you want to use the word secular point of view, or the world's point of view, a different worldview than what we have, and they saw Paul almost as looking for this. He was looking to be arrested. He was looking for this to happen, and he could have avoided this. And I totally disagree with that. I agree that he could have avoided this, but he says quite plainly that he was compelled. He was compelled to go to Jerusalem, and all the way along, the Holy Spirit was letting him know what was going to happen. He was warning him, not warning him for him to avoid it, but warning him so he wasn't surprised by it. That he knew that he would know that all of this was foreseen by Father, and Father was going to use it for his purposes. Um, and anybody who looks at it from a point of view of self-preservation, that we should do everything that we can to preserve our life, we should do everything that we can to avoid trouble, it doesn't really understand how that works. And we always have to keep in mind that if he was willing to send his son to the cross, and we've turned around and said, "Here am I, my Lord, use me, send me," uh, then we have to understand that trouble will not be removed from us. That the Father will use whatever he needs to use to reach people, to convey to people, and it's our responsibility to stand. It's our responsibility to prepare ourselves in every way to stand, and then once we've done that, to actually stand. And so this is what was happening with Paul, that Paul was being prepared for this thing that was going to happen, because a lot of stuff was going to come out of this. He was going to get to talk to governors. He was going to be sent to Rome. He was going to stand before Caesar. And so did he have to go by in chains? I don't know. His plan was to go to Rome. His plan was to go to Spain, and on his way to Spain, he was going to stop at Rome to encourage the church there. That was according to his letter that we just finished reading. But for whatever reason, he was sent on this path, and Dad knew what was going to be on his path, gave him warning what was going to be in his path, so that Paul would stand in it. So we have to understand that although our life is designed to be filled with joy and peace, that joy and peace does not come from our circumstances, but comes from our relationship with Jesus Christ. So that means that we have that joy and peace no matter what we are facing in our life, no matter what valleys we have to walk through. We can walk through those things because he leads us through those things, and his word is our comfort. His presence is our comfort. It is the source of our joy and peace, so that Paul could face this, be arrested, and still be filled with a boldness and a confidence, filled with joy and peace, filled with love, filled with purpose, never giving up, because he knew that this was warned, and Dad knew that this was there and had laid down his plans for. So when you're looking at things in life, don't think for a moment that just because you're going through hard times that the Lord has abandoned you. He's going to use those things for a purpose, and you need to look around, and you need to draw closer into Him, so that in those things that you're facing, you will still have that joy and that peace, that exuberance, that confidence, that thing that people would look at you and say, "Wow, I want some of that." They should be able to see Jesus all over you, in you, through you, um, in no matter what it is, no matter what it is, and understand that Father has purpose for all these things. Even if the Spirit didn't warn you, and maybe the Spirit has been warning you, you just are not paying attention. Now, with Paul, every port that he went into, there was a prophet there to tell him. And um, just because the prophets knew that this was coming doesn't mean that they knew the plan and the purpose, and that's the reason why they were trying to warn him off. Just because you have a word for somebody doesn't mean that you understand the purpose in it. So we have to be careful not to give people wrong counsel, telling them to avoid these things when it is the Father who's just giving them a heads up of what they're going into, and He has purpose in it. Can you live that? Can we accept that? Can we accept that we are servants and the Father would sacrifice us for the sake of other people? He did for His Son, so why not us? And are we willing to live such a life? Are we willing to have our lives sacrificed for the sake of other people coming to know Jesus Christ? To live as Christ, to die as gain. That was Paul's thing. To live as Christ, to die as gain. So I want to encourage you today to find that joy and peace in the relationship with Jesus Christ and not in your circumstances. So if your circumstances don't give it to you, then the circumstances can't take it away. It's joy that I have. The world didn't give it to me, right? It's joy that I have. The world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away. So live that today, my friends. Live that, my brothers and sisters. Live that, my children, those who will call me dad. So you guys be encouraged. You're loved. You are loved. You are loved.